can pull it out. Everybody. Have fun.
Have some fun. Treating it like a pub. Going for here. Between chill. And what is this? That is a grotesque tail. I do not enjoy that. It's like some slugs.
Oh no. Yeah, it does kind of look a little bit Cthulhian, doesn't it?
It's a word I drop every day.
Yes!
Arrow. Hey, you got him caught right at the start. Why not? Ward there, and first blood can go away here.
It was ours all along.
Shane actually, not Toronto, Tokyo getting ran down a little bit. Can they find his kill? LSA comes out, able to find themselves the finish. So 1-for-1 exchange, but first blood, no win. Spirit.
I like how they thought about it for a second. They're like, no, he's definitely still there. You're right there? Yeah, right there. Everything will be. Looks like this will be a quick D ward here for Mir as well.
The
Wanted to
battle
confirm
begins.
with the that was there by using power, but Vanscore, so he can't be sure of it, but no.
Vanscore is just gonna have to trade a couple of hits right there as well. They might know that there's a ward here also. Yeah, say he's coming over, so they're both gonna get the D wards.
Who said you
Everybody
could
knows
stroll
what's
in my
happening here.
words?
Oh, and now they have to do the double D ward.
Yeah, then they have to fight and... Alright, cool. Nobody sees anything. Awesome.
What do we want? Oh wait, they replaced the ward. Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. That's a nice play.
Well, it is a Mirana, right? So you want that vision. Mirror's going to be looking for some rotation, and that's the kind of spot where they like to lurk in behind the trees, go for the arrow plays.
Eyes on that one and see if they're able to make any of those types of moves early on. As down bottom, it's going to be the Axe Mirana versus the Vanscore Smiling Knight. Does have that ability to take off everything with the Fortune's End when he gets hit by the Battle Hunger. Things get a little bit too testy. But Oracle, kind of a weird laner, right? Like, get some damage, but also not.
You see Smiling Knight there using the ability to block the camp. That is so helpful. A carry player. Can you imagine that ever have one of your games? A carry player blocks the fancy with their illusions? That's quality stuff right there.
I have seen a couple of pro players that will like give control over to the supports in the early game, which is kind of nifty as well. I don't remember who that was that did that.
It just makes sense, honestly. Like, they should be focused on the last hitting, and sometimes it's the support. You're just trying to body block a game. Shared unit control can be very...
Up top, get the first Metamorphosis out, but we're going to see Petashara have a lot of aggressive potential in this lane as the levels start to rack up. Yatoro already took some pretty heavy harassment while Maposhka is off to the side doing that D-ward action. We'll keep our eyes on it. Bullied back a little bit by Maposhka here. Absolutely very annoying hero. But yeah, at least to the early goings, it looks like the Team Spirit lane's a little bit stronger at the moment, actually, for the first couple waves there.
Oh yeah, top though. I'm trying to get a punish on the Yatoro as the meta runs out. Oh, it's a lot of damage. You know, you don't even need the kill. Who's got the salvo? Maposhka. I hope you guys have been taking notes during these salves as your position. And they're not for you. Don't get
Exactly.
Be like a little note from the shopkeeper.
Not for use by support. Get the hell out of here.
Only.
Denied.
Early going, also in the mid lane. Again, like these are two of, I think, the biggest players to watch for out of this region, at least in the early going. I will say that I felt like Preskin has been more of like the earliest. Another kill on top, actually. Able to take down Poshka. It's tended to be, I feel like, the press kid owning the early game, being really, really good. In Toronto, Tokyo, I feel like he tends to shine later on in the game. You know, he tends to like be one making a bunch of calls for his team.
And Tiny's a great hero for that. He's one of the best, like, charge style heroes, because obviously your first jump can just decide a team fight. You have the right vision and blow up a hero. Life's good. Yes, he got the kill, but he got the reach. Help from Tokyo, and Armor's giving me free armors. So nice to defend versus.
I'm so
How
strong,
many
guys.
times we
I'm so
watched the
strong.
press kid just like pelt away on these enemies and constantly getting that free regen and armors really helped them out.
I mean, particularly for Tiny, right? Like this 0 armor dude through the early goings, definitely necessary. You're gonna see any stacks up here.
Oh,
So he's in your eye.
Chased by Mira.
Okay.
This guy's like, what do I do here?
Dire's
They're
middle
just
tower
going in
is
for the
under
kill. He's
attack.
just gonna run him down and score. Oh,
They should have run.
and
while
gives
they
him the
had.
kill.
So good. You killed an oracle, dude.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Victory. Getting himself fired up.
Get away from him. He wants it.
Answer's gonna come back and kill him now. There's no. That's what happens to the 4-player.
There is something to be said for like building that momentum throughout the course of it. Yeah, he's just gonna refill the bottle back towards me. He's like, I wanted to die anyways.
Yeah.
You kidding?
I mean, my August Iron gets more XP.
Knight having a very fine time down bottom, and up top we can see that the level's starting to stack up a little bit onto this timber saw. And with that pressure on, got to be careful about the bushwhack level 2 at this point. 3 or something? Nah, back out. It's getting a little bit testy up here for you, Toro.
Dire are scanning.
Trying to gauge when it's the best time to make his rotation into the jungle. It's a, oh, there we go.
Radiant
Might have been earlier.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary still, but it looks like they're going to be enough. Sayu actually might go down instead. That was a sick play, and just a little bit of an overextension by Sayu.
Close to just standing tall there with the 1-1-1 build. A couple different things to help out. Is that one
Radiant's
collapse
bottom
has
tower
3
is
heroes
under
on
attack.
him. As well as an entire wave, but they hit the hero. The press is going back.
Oh, the call! Laguna Blades Mira turns over to the side. Can they get that kill? Collapse, not able to chase down the press kid, so they keep that separation. And LSA caught justly on the edge. To retreat out of there. I mean, that is not the rotation that you want as Lena. What a sick move. And Toronto Tokyo now is down here too. Trying to find the kill onto one of these guys.
Yeah,
Rat?
I'm trying to find Mira in the trees too, but or not Mira rather, but the press kid. He's gone all the way back. Answer will be found out.
No Fate's Edict yet, but this early pressure all enabled by the axe. Very frustrating to play against. Smiling Knight's still been able to find a life for himself down here, but kind of early aggression coming.
Catapult as well. I'd be getting a little concerned, right? Like, what's he got? 800 HP, level 6 Tiny. They wanted to make a play here. They're serious.
Not wrong. No raindrops or anything like that either yet. Smiling Knight. But at the same time, them not getting
Dire's
that
top
kill,
tower is under
Toronto Tokyo,
attack.
that was a long rotation for him. I guess at the same time, the press kid was out of the lane. Say you took over it for a little bit. Also, of course, up top, Shara has been able to hear some aggression onto this tier 1 tower. Gets the level 6, doing a little bit of deforestation.
Dire's top tower
Taking
is
that
under
tier 1.
attack.
Yeah, level 6 is the definitive, like, get out of here. Shara just cutting all the trees to ensure there's 0 chance at a defense side of Team Spirit, so that'll keep that tower in their favor. As now Sayu even bullying Yataro out of the jungle a little bit here. So he's off to his
Dire's top
triangle
tower
by
is
7
under
minutes.
attack. Dire's top tower has
Feels
fallen.
like they came in with this really good understanding of how to deal with this. And I think this is all unstable as Smiling Knight is getting chased.
Where is he going?
I mean,
try and use the song, but
he has song skilled. If he can
Radiant's
keep this
middle
tower
tower
alive
is
somehow,
under
like,
attack.
he's gonna just sing and try and get out of there. Oh, he has to be careful though. Mira, arrow is available. He's gonna
he's keeping
stay.
it top.
Dude, this is wild that the Naga's been able to keep this tower alive this long against this axe and like Tiny rotating down here.
Yeah, but Mira up top get the wave with 4 range creeps, pulls it behind the tower.
Radiant's
He's gonna get
bottom
all
tower
this
is
to
under
himself.
attack.
This is nice for support Moronity. I mean, that was worthy of TPing out rather than going for a risk kill, right?
That's true. Somebody needs to get. But now the movement in, and this smoke gank. If they're able to find this Terrorblade, this is great for them. Are just on Metamorphosis looking for. And Luna Blade dead. Toronto Tokyo now wants to run down Oracle here, Van Score. be the LSA to try and get a little bit of an interrupt. Prescott running in aggressively at Maposhka. This guy wants to go to TI and faking kills across the map. Very well played.
Yo, wasn't sure, bring it. Ooh, get paid approach. A bit of movement speed for these early ganks, but considering the Midas perhaps, alongside this Blink Dagger, we shall see. Had our Midas timing yesterday. I can't remember if that was him or not.
Well, regardless, it's something to think about. I mean, I guess it depends on kind of how they view this game going. The tier 1 tower's already been taken, leaves open a lot of room for Smiling Knight. Do you think that Terrorblade's going to be able to like catch up enough based upon how his early game's going, or sort of stay relevant? Okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine. A part of that does depend on the bottom tower, though, of course. Sooner rather than later, you'd love to see Team Spirit try and knock that down. Because Smiling Knight's already taking advantage of the situation by if you would push this top area.
It's very steady Dota, and Terrorblade will show on the top lane. We'll see if Empire make a move to try and gank him at this point, or if they just want to sort of focus more on getting their own timings. Blade is back up again with Shara, forcing back Collapse again out of that bottom lane a little bit.
Careful there. I think that Blink's not ready quite yet for Toronto Tokyo. It is coming soon, though, so that'll be the smoke play. Nearly ready for Toronto Tokyo. We also have Collapse getting close to the Blink Dagger, too. So, yes, this area is not necessarily safe for your Torio yet to just like a sign on everything, but Collapse should have a pretty good time. As long as the Hoodwink's up.
Okay.
And level 6 is also hard to get kills, I think. The Hoodwink. Like that roaming potential because of the range of the Acorn shot and the speed and all that stuff combined with the Bushwhack, it doesn't feel very good at the earlier point.
No, it's true. A little bit annoying for that one. But the movement out now, as they do smoke up with Toronto Tokyo, Maposhka, that's Blink Dagger, and the Tome level 6 ranged apparition. Anybody that gets caught is going to be dead, but Vansport does have his ulti. And again, like you were talking about in the draft, 8-second duration on False Promise, got the 10-second duration on the Ice Blast. Well, it might not matter if you can find him right here. It's going to be a quick and easy kill on Seiyu. Oh my god. Save. Last second. Blows up the other two. Will get caught here. The Fate's Edict already to chase down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Shara walks through.
Dire's top tower is under
damage
attack.
there, but won't be able to connect as the Moonlight Shadow keeps them all survivable.
Radiant's middle
Tokyo.
tower is under attack.
This is good as they find that Lita going towards mid. Gets hit by the arrow afterwards. Runs through darts. He takes down Terrorblade. So the trades come through.
He had to stop to throw the Dragon Blade, which got him hit by the arrow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They used the GG tree. They needed the branch from the Ironwood. Yeah, because it's the Acorn shot one.
12 minutes in, a very back and forth battle we've been seeing here. 13 kills already. Did have that kill onto Terrorblade, which again, Shara making the moves to shut down that TB. And again, it's all Naga sort of like getting this free farm time. Definitely what you want if you're Empire.
That is I feel like this Naga Siren is going to be very hard to deal with for their heroes. The range of a song is what now? 11 or 10, 12, 1400?
Right.
The dicey one with it. Like sometimes you get, you know, like you at least have a little bit of punish. They don't really have a good punish outside of like an arrow, but obviously the timing on an arrow flying through, if it's like some sort of a song disengaged TP, is pretty rare.
It's true, definitely. I mean, I guess one of the things too that I kind of wonder about with this game is, do they have the tools to deal with Naga late game? Because I feel like Empire have like a bunch of AoE damage and like some amount of control. That's a great little picture of X.
He's fighting a butterfly.
Dude, look at those heads. Back. The heads on his belt. What the heck is that? Is that Kunkka on the right?
I think
like
that's
it.
Hellraiser.
Okay.
First they took them down, and then Empire did. It's a little collection. It looks like Rezo in the far left.
A little bit dark. I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit. We'll see.
Radiant's bottom
Smiley
tower
Knight
is
backs
under
out,
attack.
trying to find him here. This would be a great pick if they could get it. He's underneath the
Dire's
ward.
top tower is under attack.
Feels like Smiley Knight knows what's up. Avalanche toss just on the edge. Blast. Oh man, that would have been huge. Smiley Knight will get away.
Even forced the song. I kind of wish that he kept chasing, just to hope that she would. But of course, then it creates a risk of there being coming through. And in our case, we know that
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
his life away. That can be a bit of a problem for the tiny players as trying to snowball at the start of this game. Increase his snowball potential.
Amazing. It has been making a little bit of a comeback recently. I feel like it's the type of thing where, you know, the cost just keeps going up, but it's not worth it. Now, hold on a second. Gonna get rooted here. Okay, more lead. Oh, quite enough. But yeah, it's definitely making a comeback. Just see. Over in the jungle, Yataro actually having to run away from Ancients right now on his Terrorblade. He is super freaking low, but Aaron will come in and I'll help him hop off. It's been a bit of a rough game for him so far.
Yeah, part of that, again, I think is Axe is not scary. Axe not force the enemy carry to the jungle that early, at least not a fast enough pace compared to what the Saw did, and so now it's just fine bottom. That means this whole area, like, look how many Radiant heroes are down here at 13 minutes. This does not happen very often. Typically, they're forced to play the top half of the map, but instead, Nagasaki gets to control the entire top half by
Radiant's middle
herself.
tower is under attack.
Just, you're losing on the territory.
And up top there was an Ice Blast, an attempted call into Seiyu, but just barely able to get out with that Hoodwink. They did have the ward underneath and spotted Boschka cast it. Down bottom again. Char not only staying in the bottom lane, but pressuring that tier 1 tower. Like, again, I guess the thing that's interesting about this is it feels like tier 1 solo for Empire is Mira actually might just be dead. Oh, no, he's out of there. Okay. He's coming in now. Able to find that call in advance score, and they do punish the over-aggression. Well played by I guess this is what I mean, is that even though it feels like it's going well for Empire, there's not that much of a gold lead at all for Empire. Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's more so just like where the gold is placed. And I mean, even now, the Terrorblade is trying to catch up. Like the differential between the top four and the not that high. It's only 1,000 gold. And the Terrorblade in 2
Radiant are
days.
scanning.
We are gonna have to get some fights going here soon.
Call again off the mark. Ice Blast is going to connect on the direct kill.
Lincoln 1.
Looking for the chase. Wants it real bad. Man, not close enough to save. Yeah, they're gonna play with that. All right, he might be able to clean up here again. But that Bushwhack connects to break the chase down as another round of Chakram, so they get the kill on the press kid. But this game is the Timber making the moves. Top net worth in the game right now.
Dire's middle tower is under
Coming,
attack.
and there's nothing you can really do about it. Powers is forcing things.
Dire's top tower is
Toro
under
running
attack.
out of this meta very soon. And they want to punish that by going for the tower with Smiley Knight in tow. Weasel coming up fairly soon as well for Smiley Knight continuing to get into the Bushwhack double net strats here.
Yeah, a little bit of a counterintuitive one there with the Timber Saw cutting down the tree, but you know, that's fine. Those thing happens.
It's going to be denied.
To the gills.
Space. It's a good one for the PK. It's getting a little tired of this.
So, I guess that I'm wondering, like, the way this game is going, do you feel like Team Spirit need to be getting kills to, like, sort of break up the game state? Because it slowly just feels like things are going into Empire's favor. How do they turn this around for Team Spirit?
There though, before that, might be in trouble. One last lead. It's very annoying. It's played really well.
Ooh, this is a big one if they could get this. I mean, he's literally just standing there taking it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
The axe ball. one way or another. Yeah, I think one of the problems is not a lot of incentive for Empire to move forward and take much more than what they already have because of the strong
Wanna
counter
play with
pressure
fire?
from Team Spirit. That's where the axe really flourishes in Vision, obviously. Pretty punishing when you have Ice Blast and Arrow that it's kind of a free kill. If you get too forward right now in Empire, you're going to die unless you're Collapse. Or, sorry, Petashara, as he's proving there on the Timber. But the Collapse is just going to be looking for anyone else to run his jumps and secure that kill. Thankfully, Dota does not have a cultural victory, no matter how much territory you take, so they will eventually need to fight on the side of Empire, and I feel like they're going to like grind this out to a couple really big items. Make it the Van Brace now with the Diffusal Blade almost double his mana. That is a stack shot.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of times now.
Oh, look at this play.
Is it enough? Poshka dropping. Oh, man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That is concerning if your team's
That was
I mean,
cute.
Yeah. Really cool. But we've been seeing a lot of these like Naga illusions coming in and taking over the Dire jungle as well, while she's
Radiant's
farming out the
bottom
triangle.
tower is under attack.
Pretty significant. So we'll see. Prescott also getting bullied back a little bit, but yeah, there you go. You see those Naga illusions getting pushed out. Not real Terrorblade down bottom. It definitely feels like Empire are just happy sitting with the current state of the game until they can sort of slowly whittle down that mid-tier 1 tower. Spirit just gonna have to keep going.
Calling the...
I'm dead.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Right.
Strats. Slightly annoying aspect of the Naga sign is you do fall behind a little bit in X compared to the Terrorblade. I feel like he's just like a little bit more in the face of the creeps as he's farming, you know? He's like a little bit more thanks to that. Naga Siren's illusions are like the ones on the wave where she's just in the jungle the whole
Dire's
time.
bottom tower
Right.
is under
Part of that is
attack.
also the fact that Siren is putting against the game. Hero can't be there, whereas Yukaro is getting the safer part.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I don't
Dire's
know, Tokyo
bottom
Invis
tower
rune?
is under
Do they
attack.
have any potential?
Damn, dude. Now the call, though.
Dire's
Collapse
middle
hanging out
tower
nearby.
is under
There you
attack.
go. Throws out a couple punches and then the back away. Prescott does not care. He knew he was coming.
You're like crazy slow in that PK. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
compared to a blink toss?
Yeah.
I wonder why he did he intend?
Radiant's
Also
top
up
tower
top, they're
is under
battling.
attack.
Toro, pull back in.
Flowers are
They should
scattered.
be able to escape here without taking some damage. They're playing aggressive on multiple of these lanes. Advanced score
Dire's middle
will get
tower
found.
is falling.
Shara tries to find Mira. Gets that kill. Will be able to find it along with the tier 1 tower taken. Meanwhile, Maposhka dies on the other side. DePrescott finds the pick off. Can they kill off Benjara? He just jumps away. Still hanging on to that Heaven's Halberd.
He has been so good for this team. So much space in this game. And, I mean, I saw that the tweets last night. Padushara! Everyone in the scene is really pumping up this guy. So,
Aggressive song, maybe?
Dire's
No, I'm not
middle
gonna go for
tower
it.
is under
I mean,
attack.
with this Diffusal Blade done, Smiling Knight's online. He's ready to go. Empire, I mean, they're looking quite strong as he tries to chase down Toronto Tokyo. Gets the Chakram on him as well. But the toss away, and that might be aggression.
for the first time, they've kind of left the top area of the map.
Yeah.
Handing it back over to Team Spirit. They got a little bit of play in there just early with Yotaro, but now the Naga Siren navigating more of the bottom half. Not sure if that speaks to a push down here or
Radiant are
the
scanning.
rotation from Smiley. They feel like that top area wasn't quite safe enough anymore, but it's going to lead to a smoke here from Team Spirit, who they can catch down, knowing that they're all in this part of the map.
Toro will show on the
Take us.
top lane, which might oh, they see the Moonlight Shadow. That might have revealed it, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're all smoked, aren't they?
The Terrorblade was
Dire's
on top
middle
and he went
tower
into the
is
lane
under attack.
briefly. And then they pinged him. So yeah, they realize right now the smoke's coming. Oh, a little unfortunate there. Those little plays can make all the difference in the world of whether it hits or not.
Honestly, fine. They still roam on in here. They get vision down.
Radiant's
some,
courier has
aggressive
been
wards,
killed.
and they're going to steal the Ancient. That's yeah, you don't get a kill, but it's still a very valuable smoke. They already had one good war that just expired where they're smoking.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are gonna go for that counter smoke though, right after.
I realized it could have been a ward place. They smoke outside of that triangle, and now Chara the one that's pressuring this mid tower a little bit. It feels like Team Spirit recognized that there could be something coming. Illusion goes out, not real obviously, and so the smoke doesn't break, but collapse. Mira
Dire's
away.
middle tower is under
Close
attack.
that lead. On Tokyo off to the side. Van Scourge trying to make sure that they don't jump onto Press Kid for the blow up. Gonna be able to get out.
Radiant's top tower
So
is
again-
under attack.
Nothing gained with that smoke except for a little bit of map control.
Can't get a team fight. Kick off this game. No big brawls. From Tokyo, thinking about initiating on Chara.
For it. Bushwhack. Afterwards, they jump on Oracle. With Hector. Press Kid, they back away. Still fine for the moment. He pops that ATP that turns and blows on Tokyo. Looking pretty good right now. The Empire, as they chase down one by one. And another kill. That was meta use. Oh my god, they're looking for more.
I love how long difference can help us.
Yeah.
But even though the combo came out, he's like, oh, it's not
Dire's
me,
middle
focus on
tower
me,
is
I'm
under
okay, I'll
attack.
go down to half HP, and then that kind of
Dire's
draws in a few
structures
heroes
are
to keep
fortified.
looking for the potential turnaround. Using your heroes, and now your tower in the mid lane, so massive tower advantage right now for Empire. Coming in, Spirit have taken
Dire's middle tower
it's
has
zero,
fallen.
right? They've taken 0 towers. Oh, I say that it's literally 11 HP. Still
It's not taken. Not taken.
No.
Dude, Empire look really good. This has just been like super solid, clear play. Like they're understanding when they're strong, they're pressuring when they need to. Everything about this has been like absolutely superb.
Mind you, we have seen a few comebacks. We've definitely seen some Toronto Tokyo leadership into said comeback, so perhaps not over. So what's our
Dire's
big
top
deficit
tower
here? It's
is under
mostly
attack.
a net worth.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's currently at 2,600. That accounts for 1,200 right there between him and high support. That's a little bit there.
Radiant's
The rest are just
bottom
kind of
tower
spread
has
out.
fallen.
4 or 5k.
Dire's top
still
tower
fairly
has fallen.
Better indicator. It's about a 5k XP. Right.
Radiant
They did
are
take their
scanning.
first tower on Spirit down bottom. Simultaneously, though, that was the outpost and both
Radiant's
tier
bottom
2
tower
towers
is under
taken,
attack.
top and mid. Got some really
And
good
Roach.
wards down.
Yeah,
Well,
like this is. Yeah, it's 24 minutes in the game, so they don't care about that bomb tower anymore. Now they just want to play and live up here, ward it all, and get themselves.
Radiant's middle tower is
pressure
under
on the
attack.
He's just hanging out to the side. Look at him. He's so aware of what could happen in this Naga Siren Illusion out the way.
Meanwhile, Petushara is like, are there enemies down here?
I don't care at all.
Shall we meet again? Shall we dance?
Dude, they're just like, no, there's no way we go on that guy. I mean, it makes
Draw
sense.
a line.
Yeah. So there is going to be another timing here. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Axe. It's taken a while to come online with this Mantis Shard build. How good do you think it is this game, since he's getting close to it? Okay, got it.
Spoil
I mean,
that shot.
it's kind of the same as what I always feel like it's very risky. It obviously works sometimes where you get all these spins and the hero just dies and that's great and all, and other times it kind of feels like you just can't get your play off. I think that much of actually in some sense because typically you live or die by the call. This is just expanding on that factor a little bit. It does, however, let you get bigger items quite a bit faster.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The
attack.
Manta just increases your farm by a lot, and it allows him to play a Naga Siren style of pushing out the more dangerous parts of the map.
Radiant's
That
bottom
perspective,
tower is under attack.
Immortality.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You gotta know that there's gonna be a ward over in this area every time they take it on that high ground over there. And a Moonlight Shadow. Okay. this going to be an attempted fight? Dude, there's running through it. Might get caught. Save. Okay.
Nice.
Saved immediately by Oracle. That's fine. Backs away.
I like the play though, them running through Peristar like that, trying to find people who are like using him as a vanguard and
Right.
trying to like through that front line. Unfortunately, not able to get aim.
I can't believe that they picked like, you know, the Mirana into the Oracle and like the Terrorblade into the Timbersaw. You can really tell that they like just believed in this draft for themselves and like weren't really tripping off of what Empire were doing, but they might need to if this continues in this fashion.
Regeneration.
Now down towards bottom as Mira's getting chased down. They're also going for a battle here. Mira almost dead, but it's like Collapse is going to be the one that gets caught and killed after Maposhka goes down as well. Just they're getting killed all around the map.
They are. At least they are keeping Yatoro farming. That is one thing, right? He continues to stay relatively close to the Naga Siren, something they're going to need in this game. He's going for the big damage now after the Scotty. Chrysalis. Perhaps even prior to a BKB. Not needing the BKB right now because they don't really want to fight into this Aegis
Not
of
at all.
Arena. So
Right.
a little bit longer to perhaps farm his way into the game.
This is the
There we
part.
go. BKB on Toronto, Tokyo. We do not have a lot to deal with.
Dire's
I mean,
bottom
Naga
tower
is starting
under
to
attack.
deal some pretty serious damage. I wonder if she goes Aghanims. It's probably much later. I guess Butterfly's way better.
Yeah, we saw in our last. Get the heart right now. He's on though, remember?
Can't do anything. I mean, Oracle wasn't even there. He has a Blink Dagger now, so the Van Score is going to be able to save Smiling Light most of the time. Tough stuff. Team Spirit.
Alright, so they have a plan now though, because they have the Manta on the Axe. So they're going to send Manta Illusions to the Axe as well through the mid lane and the top lane. They want to push that out so they can get some pressure into the bottom because they have these wards inside the jungle. So the goal is to force a fight there. Actually get a bit wards. They ping it out. They spot the Naga Siren. I think it might be sending smoke pretty soon. Try and get that big target.
It's definitely the play that they need to make, but question of can they actually do it? Right now, they're going to drop a ward up there. Do manage to find a D ward. They do find the other one up on the north side of their own jungle. And that could prove to be a little bit fatal for them. As Empire,
that's a
like,
nice
all right,
one.
let's go. Let's battle. Smiling Knight trying to pretend to be an illusion, but that's the real one. And Mira in some trouble, just gets blown up in the duration of a net. Yeah, that's tough, man. That is tough.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Guess we're
attack.
seeing when they slam down this pick, huh?
Right.
Radiant's
LSA. Call it. Toronto Tokyo tries to upset you. But the face edict is there is the answer. Round two. Brutal Blade blown up in an
Radiant's
instant.
top tower is
No
under
hope
attack.
at all.
Radiant's top
And the
tower
tip
is
comes out
falling.
from Petashar afterwards.
Dire's
They take
middle
top tier
tower
one
is under
tower,
attack.
but they are ready to keep this pressure on Empire. Looking good in
Radiant
game number
are
one.
scanning.
Yeah, it's still a minute left in this Aegis, and they've just taken so many objectives, not much left to do. Right? They could grab bottom if they wanted, but really high ground their only
Dire's
choice here.
middle tower
30
is
more
under
seconds with no
attack.
Terrorblade, that's what they want to aim for. Still a BKB on Toronto Tokyo. Late initiation for another 13
Dire's
seconds, so
structures
keep
are
it
fortified.
Ready to go.
Oh, that was good timing.
Well played, but and were there immediately afterwards. Fate's Edict, Smiling Knight taking that much more damage. Press Kid keeps the pressure on that tower. Like I said, 30 more seconds left on this Aegis. Walk up.
Dire's middle tower has
The
fallen.
acorn down for trying to see the towers. And probably that eventually doesn't stop. There's a blink out.
Oh, Van Score will go down. Okay, they have a way to kill this now. The iceberg coming through. Is it enough for the kill? They will. Get the finish onto Smiling Knight. Yashara has to back out now. So they find the perfect initiation.
Hey, my blink is standing there. Fan score, come on. Focus up, man.
We've been seeing a lot of oracles getting caught out recently.
Fair, they had pretty good vision in the area. I think he, maybe even if he was a little bit further back, that ward in the high ground would have caught him, but it still seems like, you know, that's like the one way you die.
Right.
So good.
Well, in spite of that, it's still a 6,000 gold lead. Team Spirit can push out these lanes, get a little bit of extra space for themselves. But it doesn't feel like it changes the dynamic of the game terribly. I mean, Terrorblade actually is staying pretty farmed up there with Naga. Fair.
So's Lena though.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. Sometimes a Naga Siren, even in a winning situation, tends to absorb a lot of the time on the map, and it's pretty hard to get, of course, Bob and Petishara through the bold places he's been farming this game. Some even more dangerously than Naga Siren Illusions. He's very relevant on the chart. I mean, staying ahead of a Manta Axe. Think about like how fast you've seen this hero accelerate once they... Crazy.
Well, Empire. That kid is ready to be aggro. I love how this guy plays. He's like, he's so ready to get down.
Yules him, he like pump fakes the elephant, knows he's gonna leap, and he almost did it again.
Yeah. Just like no fear at all. He hasn't been broken yet. I feel like international community that happens oftentimes, I feel like.
Can't read the English Twitter, so he's not in there. Maybe he's not getting it translated or something.
There you go.
That's the strat. Stay away.
It's a gone one.
Of course, I've heard, you know, the other regions not worse, but that's how we all are. Competition.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
That's
tower
the
is
flavor
under
favorite.
attack.
True. Big catch there. Trying to keep him alive. False promises himself to back away. Smiling Knight goes for the song. But it's BKB on Toronto Tokyo. Blink away. And they chase this down. This actually could be really good. If they can find Smiling Knight now, they don't have song. What's the rest of the team? Nobody's nearby. The chase is there. Oh, not quite going to be on the mark. Needs to survive this one. All the damage in the world. Smiling Knight goes. Suddenly, we could have this great opening to pressure towers. Oh, that on to the ancient dragon! What? They're going afterwards to take the Spirit pull something out of nothing.
What a way.
Radiant's top tower has
That
fallen.
was godlike. The awareness of the situation to make that happen.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dude. Seconds.
Dire's
Meta
bottom
is
tower
it's
is under
slower,
attack.
so this might not result
Radiant's
in
top tower is under
massive
attack.
take.
And this is something that we've kind of seen from some of these teams, right? Like Empire, they were in a one position. The game was like, it plays itself. But then you start sort of slowing down a little bit, and Team Spirit, they know how to take advantage of that. This is that's going to punish you. You have to be able to close this out cleanly if you want to go to TI.
Chaotic Dota starting to run through. I can't believe they've now taken back the net worth lead here. That is ridiculous where this Terrorblade now sits. So, all right, well done. Axe making the plays here as well with the calls. I mean, the Axe and the time, they have these two. All this back being there. Plus, the combination of these loots with the Moonlight Shadow is certainly helping. That's going to lead us into a game-deciding second Roche. Would you have it any other way, ladies and gentlemen? You've been watching it for months, and it's not changing.
Oh, it keeps going. Also, I mean, no, when the balance patch comes out, we'll talk about that happening potentially. Yeah.
Getting them
Yeah,
lots of good info. Saw some
Arrow.
couriers. I saw a courier with a
Radiant
smoke there, by
scan.
the way. Now the Radiant scan them, though. Can I get a ward on this high ground? Does anyone have a ward? Coming.
Allies disappear.
They have a gem on AA.
Dude, buybacks are few and far between right now. They know that there could be a ward up here on the high ground. They're gonna maybe try and check that.
Look how pump they are.
Yeah, this is scary. This is really scary. Song of the Siren is back up. Good save is there immediately afterwards. The big call afterwards. Empire getting quarter, but Song of the Siren comes out. BKB's still keeping them strong and survivable. Smiling Knight gonna TP out. Does he get away yet? Comes too late afterwards, obviously, as the song finishes. And Empire got away with only a Vanscore death. Dude, oh man, are they gonna get Roche off of this? There's no song now.
Yeah. They're getting popping up what they've got already, but with the AC, yeah, it's not gonna be necessary. That was a sick call from Collapse. And outside the timber, there was no second chance in that fight. At the bailout.
They're running in with this illusion. Getting eyes on it, doesn't look like it. Jump forward, intercepting on the other side. They found the Naga again. Fred trying to walk away. And they keep him alive. Little mark there, but he blows up Mira. Collapse. Oh, the Thunder goes even a funny slice. Moba looks roughly. He takes him down once. He meta. Oh no. It's gonna work in favor of Empire now. Got him caught off to the side. Tokyo falling. Gets the Laguna Blade immediately after using that Thunder. Turn them down. The chase is there, but they find the kill with Collapse. All the spins are coming out. Smiley Knight, can he break them down? No. Will be an escape from everybody except for Toronto Tokyo. It's Mira. Oh, not quite gonna catch him. Dude, what a wild series of events that was. What did they end with now? Cheese and the Shard. But Cheese is still on Axe, okay.
Oh, there it is. Back. Oh, okay, so they just took like 3,000 XP there. Well, gained out of that fight and about 1,500 gold for Empire in the wash.
The
but,
prize is mine.
In the end, the best thing is they just got rid of that agency. Trying to hold their high ground. And I can't believe they just got rid of Moonlight Shadow. I guess AA got it with the gem, yeah. So that's Vanscore's gem even.
Very frustrating. I mean, we're almost at that BKB, or rather the BKB piercing net on Smiling Knight with the Aghanims coming out right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Gets
attack.
D as well. So that, if he had that in the last fight, that's suddenly, a couple of kills on those cores. Also lowering that cooldown by 6 seconds. Wild.
And that was only the first BKB Toro, so now his BKB already feels kind of sad. Sorry, Ward down right now. Spawning Smiling Knight moving here. Trying to go for something a bit risky.
This vision
collapses in the tree line.
Oh, fine, Mira.
It looks good. Last getting spotted by Sayu. Now they know he's running up here.
Where do they find him?
They could song for this.
They spotted him. Oh my god.
Fly across the
Get him. Hadouken.
Can we get 2 heroes though? 2 heroes? Oh, nice. Got some.
Did he steal a last hit? He stole a last hit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Legendary. That was only his 13th last hit of the entire game.
Wish fulfilled.
Both teams get themselves a leveler. Now the Siren gets hers.
Oh, good. So, alright, game ends next fight. Perfect.
Pretty much. It feels like, right? Did the Axe take the other one, or is it Terrorblade? Nobody has that right now.
Radiant are scanning.
Doesn't look like anybody's taking it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In combination with the Moonlight Shadow, it's really busted.
Somebody should definitely at least be holding the leveler, but...
Fine.
Okay.
Vanish.
Terrorblade, I mean, the Illusionist Cape probably does more damage
Radiant
in the end, you know?
structures are fortified.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, it's a 5,000 gold lead now for Team Spirit as the smoke up will come through. No vision in the area at all, but
oh, look
they do break.
Break, yeah. Heart attack, man.
I know.
They're like standing on top of each other. Like Vanscore and Smith and Axel. Why are you blinking?
Crazy. Tokyo gets lifted off. The pullback afterwards. There's the BKB as well as the meta. Trying to keep the rest of them away, but they kill the President.
Dire's
Has
middle
buyback.
tower is
Smiling
under
Knight
attack.
trying to get out of there. He's gone. 80 seconds, no buyback. Oh, man. Fights. I mean, even though they, had the vision taken away right at the start of it. Oh, wait, no, they didn't.
Radiant's
Forward.
bottom
So, yeah,
tower
Team Spirit
is
had
under
that whole
attack.
vision the entire time.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
That's why Vanscore, I think, linked more, but some bombs that probably saw. Either way, bad stuff here as Charo will be going high ground. You're gonna fight back.
Yeah, really much so. I mean, they don't have buyback on
Radiant's bottom
Timbersaw,
tower
throwing
has
out the
fallen.
boomerang now, but Team Spirit so
Radiant's
good
middle
in
tower
late game
has fallen.
situations. It all swung back around at around that 30-minute mark.
Radiant's
It's
middle
time and
tower
time
is
again.
under attack.
Look how safe they're playing. They don't even take the melee.
They know what they want. They want that buyback.
Radiant's
They're
middle
not
tower
giving it to
has
them.
fallen.
Empire are holding the buyback
Radiant's
on the
middle
press kit this
has
entire
fallen.
time. So this is
Radiant's
plays the rack down, and to be honest, go for a third? Do you really buy back at this point if you didn't buy back for the other ones? I don't think so.
I can't buy back now.
Radiant's bottom.
I guess they would rather have the full fight together.
Shards. Well, 15,000 gold lead now. Are 41 minutes into this game. And again, like this is what we've seen time and again from Team Spirit, is that they sometimes fall behind a little bit in the early game, but then around this 30-minute mark, something happens.
Dude, he's on a ward. That ward.
Little scepter lift up. Arrow there. Tanks it. Dude, doesn't pop the BKB. Knows his team is right there behind him. The chase, looking for Mira. Down to death.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Press good. Some encouragement for the rest of his team there.
That's the crazy part about this. Very unlikely someone's going to deward that. That's why gems become so valuable. And right, like it's not on a pillar. It's kind of in a random spot. It doesn't give necessarily the best vision. It's a good laning ward, but it's not really a typical like. And it's lived its entire life. It's set up for like 3 fights now already. Spirit. Unfortunately, got a little bit too. You'll take a kill on your Mirana for a chance at ending.
It is proven to be very, very close one here. And Empire certainly not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't know, they need an answer for this BKB meta Terrorblade. Maybe the answer is just run away, but they haven't been able to do it yet.
Part of the problem is they just don't really have the jam compared to Team Spirit, right? You see it now with the AA blow someone up. They have more of this like damage over time situation like Naga, and if someone's isolated, sure, she can like blender, but there's a lot of AoE. Part of that is definitely the axe of the man. It's helping out.
Yeah. It's done a ton in the game. They will have buyback back up again in a second for the Lina, who bought a portion of that Satanic. Kid trying to survive through it. The scan will connect. It was on some illusions, though, that were heading back the other direction. And this is the other thing. It's just trying to regain some map control. But the vision has definitely been what's getting Team Spirit W's over the last couple of fights.
Yeah, having Toro. Man, he is massive.
Yes.
They both are, I guess. More obnoxious. And also hoping for the Swift Blink. Potential initiation plays here. Level 23 versus a level 24, so 25 coming out soon-ish for Toronto, Tokyo.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, I'm always a fan of the Sunder, but I just think it makes but I can also appreciate the attack.
Forward, finds one right at the start. Can't get the save in time. Man score wasn't there. Buys back immediately afterwards. Now trying to get. Oh my God! He's so close. Never to rest kid. Maybe just to find the escape. Rest kid might live through this with the Satanic. It could be enough. He went through it. Taro still chasing though, and they can't get him alive. KB is just too devastating. So he dies, no buyback, and meanwhile on the other side, and the Tara's stuck in the ball again. They still have to get out of there, just barely able to escape. Last still trying to chase, but the dunk is there. They take him down. Dead for 2 minutes. No Lina, no Timber Saw. Off the back of this, Team Spirit might have done it in game number 1. The chase is there. The lift up on the Smiling Knight. There's even a false promise here. The chase down comes through, and it's enough for the kill. Almost no. Okay, lives. Live it.
Jump Sayu instead.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Might be an accident. Cut his way out. Wait for the point.
And it's like that.
Game.
Unbelievable. Great assist of mine by Team Spirit. Hold out until that last second. They go in again. Find the call on the Smiling Knight. Blend him up. Don't come through. Again, And
Radiant's
that just
middle
about
tower
do
is
it as
falling.
they turn their sights onto the ancient team
Radiant's
spirit
ancient
to take
is
game
under
number 1.
attack.
They had so good miss. Oh, they're all chatting right now.
Are they?
Miss.
Good.
Maybe he threw it a spell and I just didn't see.